what I'd like to do is play a very short clip from Divya Victor's W is for Walt Whitman's Soul, just to put into the record of this live conversation the sound of that voice, the sound of that extraction accumulation, and ask folks here, and just wave at me or indicate in the chat if you have a comment. Some people have wrestled with this poem, certainly the students at Penn. They're trying to figure out what Divya Victor is saying through that voice about the Whitmanian catalog. What kind of position is Divya Victor taking through her own exercise of accumulation? So here's just a couple of seconds of that.
Varnished by suns setting on bronze and sugared with saltpeter, its torso, a tableau for the annals of rectitude, the theatre for roiling or robust passage, a veritable Suez Canal to its missionary victories, which thrust from such bejeweled and oiled loins, anointed by coin, that emission of plump lump sumps into the Ganges, that coiling coy virgin maiden, winding her languid locks, batting her lashes to its lashes, its spine a gentle wire.
It goes on, it's amazing, what a performance. Jess, I know you have a thought about this, and then Jake.
How do you know that, Al?
I was watching your expression.
All right, I'll accept that. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends.
Hi, Jess.
It's great to be with you all again, and it was great to hear that. It really an incredible performance. It's quite a challenge to read that poem out loud, and I guess my thought about it, maybe the first thought that entered into my head as I read it for the first time was that the Whitmanian song, this gesture of a collective song, or a song that speaks for all or speaks in some kind of collective voice, is being replaced here in a really powerful way by a kind of appetite, a kind of rapacious consuming of otherness in so many words, and that is what struck me, I guess, about this. Whoa. Is the imagery of consumption and appetite and visceral, a kind of visceral gathering in a kind of a way, and that struck me as a very powerful response to the song and the voice.
So tell me if I'm getting this wrong. Somehow Divya Victor is able to replicate the rapaciousness of the accumulation and the extraction, but at the same time make it clear that she's critiquing that rapacity. Pretty hard thing to do.
Yeah, I think she's making the critique of the Whitmanian, sort of all-inclusive voice as actually a very violent consumption of otherness in a way. I mean, it makes me think of this idea from Bell Hooks of eating the other.
Yes. Right,
the racial other, the sort of marginalized other. Because there is this kind of convergence of like stuff and like human bits, right, in the poem that I think is meant to be, kind of unsettling and used in a critical way.
In the passage that I played, it happened that we heard this key moment where Divya Victor describes the poetry she's responding to as a veritable Suez Canal itself, which is, of course, the human, commercially reason-built way of moving that which is extracted through a tiny port and outward to the Western world. And so it is a kind of technology that enables that rapaciousness to happen. but it is also this narrow opening. Jake, when you were listening to Divya Victor, I could tell you were essentially channeling the performance poet. I felt that you were really into the rhythm of it, thinking about the ideal performance. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But even as I was also listening to Jess's comment just now and really appreciating it because I thought that was illuminating and made a lot of sense. The otherness in this poem, like this is a poem about the soul to India, right? You're talking about India with in English in conversation potentially with Whitman. Obviously, the questions of otherness are going to be central here, and I also really appreciated just what you said about connection to song. Like this basically sounds like a song, and just reminded me of that Ginsberg poem called Song. This is what I wanted, but I always wanted to come back to this body. It's very bodily. Like I was just in the groove of this. I felt like I was moving with her voice and with this poem and that and that movement and free association and being led by sound to explore something that's hidden or repressed or difficult to say. That feels like what's happening here, and then this is what's unleashing to me the catalog.